Hey guys, it's Paulina and thanks for joining me in this first week of our foam rolling series. Today I will be going through how to foam roll our lower body. So we'll go over 6 different muscle groups: the calves, hamstrings, quads, your adductors, glutes, and the piriformis. Make sure you have your foam roller. We have different types. You may have one that's like this one that I'll be using where it's a little bit bumpier and is hollow in the inside with the plastic, or you may have one that's completely filled with the foam, or you can use the ones over here in the back that I have where it's smooth and completely filled. Any of these are totally fine. Each one just kind of works to a different degree. So make sure if you don't have one, you research those before you buy one, or reach out to us so we can help you before you buy one. But if you have one, we will go ahead and get started. We will start with the calves, so we'll work our way up. We will start seated with one leg straight. You're going to place the foam roller horizontally under your calf, and then we're going to keep our arms extended, and this is what we're using to support us, because we're going to lift our bottoms off the ground. You can keep the other foot flat, or if you want to increase the pressure, you can cross that leg over as you roll. That is totally up to you based on how sore or how tender the different spots are. So for the calf, you're just going to come up, lift the hips up, and then you just want to slowly roll along the length of the muscle, rolling up and down. You'll be rolling from the top of the ankle, from the bottom to the knee. You're going to roll up and down until you find a tender spot. And then once you find a spot that's quite tender, you're just going to stop rolling and then kind of just let gravity do its thing. Don't increase the pressure on it. You just want to let gravity slowly release any of the knots that might be there. You'll hold it there for about 30 seconds. For the case of time, I'm going to just keep rolling, but you'll hold it there, and then once you're done, you're going to make small little rolls up and down over that spot, slowly increasing until you're back at the full length of the muscle. Now, if you're super tender and it really hurts to keep holding it there right away, what you'll do is you'll roll small rolls around the surrounding area of that tender spot until it slowly eases, until you can finally just keep the foam roller under the tender spot. And then you can move the foot, so you're moving it kind of left to right. That way you're able to get the entire back of that calf, left to right. As always, you only want to stay on muscle area. You don't want anything bony, so you'll never roll on your shin and you'll never roll on your knees. So you can go left and right, slowly encompassing that entire back leg. So you'll keep doing that until there's no designated time for how long. You don't want to over roll, but you also want to make sure it's nice and loose. And then once you're done with that side, you'll switch over and then we'll do the left side. Same position, hands behind you, that left leg straight, right leg can be bent to help you move up and down. Or again, if you want that increased pressure, you can cross the legs and then you're just fully using your arms to move up and down. Next, we'll be moving up to our hamstrings. That's the back of the thigh. Same thing, that foam roller will be horizontal. You're just moving it up, so now that it's under the back of your thigh. Again, hands are always behind you to support you. You're lifting your bottom off the ground, and we will be rolling from the top of the knee down to a little bit below the glutes. Just rolling up and down, full length. Again, you can move your foot so that you're getting the entirety of that back thigh. Just make sure that if you're rolling over on that right side, you do not want to go past the knee. So you're stopping right before you reach the top of the knee. And then same guidelines. You're just rolling until you find something tender. Once you do, you can hold it there, not increasing the pressure. You're just letting gravity push its way down to release those knots. And then you'll slowly start to roll back up and down until you can start to increase it to the full length. Move the leg, get to the right side, up and down the hamstrings. And then when you're done with that, you'll switch over, do that opposite side. But we will be moving on to the quads, so you can either pause me if you want to do that second section, or you can go through this whole thing to see how each part is done and then go on and do it on your own. To flip, we will be flipping over for our quads, front of the thigh. We will be rolling from the bottom of the hip. So you'll feel where that hip bone is. You don't want to roll over that. So below that, and then you're not rolling on the knee because we're staying off those bony areas. So you're stopping at the top of the knee. This entire area of the quads is what you can foam roll. Laying or flipped over, it will be on our forearms this time. You can, for the leg that you're not rolling, you can either keep the knee down and roll up and down, or you can keep the knee up and then just use that foot or your toe to push you up and down. Again, rolling the entire way until you find something tender, stopping it there, holding it for 30 seconds, and then once it feels a little looser, just make those small rolls up and down until you can increase the length. And then just like with the others, kind of moving that foot so you can get on the left and the right side of the quad. Make sure you take it nice and slow and steady. It's not a race to get it done. And make sure you breathe throughout the entire process, because some parts, if they're super tender, it might feel very uncomfortable. It's okay for it to be uncomfortable with a little bit of pain. If it's a lot of pain, then you either want to decrease that the pressure you're putting on it, or you might need to take an entire rest day before you can come back and roll it out. And that is how we will do the quads. Again, you'll stop and then you'll do that second section. But now we'll be moving on to our adductors, which are our inner thighs. You will turn your foam roller so that it is now vertical. Laying on your stomach, you're going to bend your knee or your leg so it's at a nice 90-degree angle. And then you're placing the foam roller under the inside of your thigh. Again, rolling from the top down, stopping before you reach any bony area on the knee. You'll keep this foot up, and that right leg can just stay on the ground. And you'll just slowly roll left to right. Again, until you find anything that's super tender or a little more tender than you like. Holding it there. slowly making those rolls. And then slowly increasing it. And that is how the inner thighs will be rolled. Again, you'll stop however long you need it to be, flip over to that other side, but we'll be moving on to our glutes. So now our foam roller is back to being horizontal, and we are flipping over and pretty much just sitting on our foam roller, working the glutes, so it's above the thigh and then stopping a little bit before that lower back area. And then again, you can have your hands on the ground to support you. If yours is hollow, kind of hold on to the inside. But if it's not, your hands can reach the floor. And then you'll just slowly roll up and down. You'll work both glutes at the same time. Feeling anything tender, stopping, letting gravity release those knots, and then slowly rolling up and down. And then our final area for our lower body that we will be stretching or releasing will be our piriformis. So again, staying seated on the foam roller, just like you would in a normal piriformis stretch. You're going to have that left leg slightly bent, and then you're going to cross your right leg over. You might need to slide your bottom over so that whichever side you're not stretching or rolling will be hanging off of the foam roller. And then once you're in this seated piriformis, you're going to lean into the side where the leg is crossed, and then again slowly roll up and down until you find anything tender, holding it there. Up and down, both sides. Again, you can move. So you're pushing that knee down a little bit more to get more into that right side, and then picking it back up a little bit to get more of the left side. Trying to cover the entire muscle. Nice small rolls. Going for however long you need to. Again, it will vary person to person just based on how tender, how sore you are. And then we'll stop, and then you'll do the other side. But that is how we do 6 different parts for our lower body. Make sure after every foam rolling session, you drink plenty of water. After the body's pushing all those toxins out, you want to replenish. So make sure you drink plenty of water. And again, roll nice, slow, and steady wins the race. So make sure you really take your time through each muscle group, through each section, really working out those knots. And as always, don't increase the pressure too much. You don't want to be bruising yourself, but if you have a little discomfort, that's totally fine. But if it's super painful, again, that might mean that you need to just stop and have a complete rest day and then come back to stretching it out and foam rolling it. So I hope you enjoyed our little tutorial on how to foam roll our lower body. Stay tuned for our coming weeks. We have two more videos on how to foam roll the back and then our upper body. So make sure you check those out each Thursday and have a great day.